A musical instrument resource guide from the American Musical Instrument Society. Chapter 1. Musical Instrument Resources. Musical instrument articles at the American Musical Instrument Society. amos.org/amos-blog. Several categories of articles. Musical instrument resources at amos.org/links-and-resources. Appraisal services. musical-instrument-appraisals.com, Albert R. Rice Appraisal Services. afvbm.com, American Federation of Violin and Bow Makers. Appraisers.org, American Society of Appraisers. admusic.net, A&E Music. Appraisersassociation.org, Appraisers Association of America. Covels.com, Covels What's It Worth? isa-appraisers.org, International Society of Appraisers. Maloney'sDirectory.com, Maloney's Antiques and Collectibles Resource Directory. Educational Programs. metmuseum.org/about-the-met/fellowships, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, Fellowship Programs. rcm.ac.uk/research/research degrees, Royal College of Music Research Degrees. writer.edu/wcc/academics/graduate-programs/American-and-public-musicology, Westminster Choir College, American and Public Musicology. Instrument Making. mimf.com, Musical Instrument Makers Forum. Brass Instruments. angelfire.com/music2/The Cornet Compendium, The Cornet Compendium, History and Development of the 19th Century Cornet. serpentwebsite.com, The Serpent Website. yeodug.com/serpent.html, Tempted by a Serpent by Douglas Yeo. vintagecornets.com, Vintage Cornet Website. px. wimdb.org, Wind Instrument Makers. trombonedatabase.com, Trombone. Electronic Instruments. obsolete.com/120_years. petersontuners.com, Peterson Strobe Tuners. thereminworld.com, Theremin World. Experimental Instruments. barthopkin.com, Experimental Musical Instruments. harryparch.com/instruments, Harry Parch Instrument Gallery. Free Read Instruments. cs.cmu.edu/afs/cs/user/phoebe/mosaic/accordion.html, accordion links. accordions.com, Accordions Worldwide. bluesharp.ca, Blue Sharp page. brookcenter.gc.cuny.edu/projects/center-for-the-study-of-free-read-instruments, Center for Study of Free Read Instruments. concertina.info, Concertina FAQ. Keyboard Instruments. earlypianos.org, Early Pianos Online, database of pianos 1700 to 1860. sebastianerard.org/n, Center Sebastian Erard. lib.umd.edu/ipam, International Piano Archives at Maryland. npor.org.uk, National Pipe Organ Register at Cambridge. bolch.org/instruments/instrument profile/2473, Bolch Mold Online, harpsichords and clavichords and makers. Multiple instrument types. contrabass.com, Contrabass Mania. oddmusic.com, oddmusic.com, unique, ethnic, experimental instruments. Percussion instruments. notsomoderndrummer.com, notsomodern-drummer. Stringed instruments. mugwumps.com/banjomac.htm, American Banjo Makers Civil War to WW. 2. well.com/user/welvis/steel.html, Brad's page of steel guitars. sebastianerard.org/n, Center Sebastian Erard, Erard harps. mugwumps.com/sss_date.htm, identifying SS Stewart banjos. cs.dartmouth.edu/tilde/wbc/loot/loot.html, loots old and new. mandolincafe.com, Mandolin Cafe. theguitarjunkie.com, The Guitar Junkie. Woodwind Instruments. baroqueflute.com/database/data.html. hobgoblin-usa.com/info/bagcare.htm, bagpipecare and maintenance. ocarina.it, Ocarina. saxophone.org, International Saxophone homepage. shakuhachi.com, Shakuhachi. fluteworld.com, World of Flutes. wimdb.org, Wind Instrument Makers, database. Musical instrument dealers and makers. musik-alexander.de/english/frbia.htm, alinorgan.com, Allen Organ Company. ashmeadbows.com, Ralph Ashmead, maker of historical bows. baldwinpiano.com, Baldwin. broadwood.co.uk, John Broadwood and Sons. carousel-music.com, Carousel Publications, World Instruments. ninestons.com/burnturth.html, ceramic musical instruments by Barry Hall. mitx.com/con.html. conn-selmer.com, Conselmer. cooperman.com/index.html, Cooperman Fife and Drum Co. danieldeach.com, Daniel Deach Woodwind Workshop. tidewater.net/xylojim, Jim Doble, Elemental Design, Unusual Mallet Percussion. elderly.com, Elderly Instruments, Vintage Instruments, Books, Recordings, Videos. fiddlershop.com, Fiddler Shop. finkahorns.de, Finka Handcrafted Horns. gemeinhart.com, Gemeinhart, Flutes. gibson.com, Gibson Guitars. gilamountaindulcimers.com, Gila Mountain Dulcimers. givensviolins.com, Claire Givens Violins, Inc. grun.com, Grun Guitars. harpsichord.com, The Harpsichord Clearing House. honerusa.com, Honer USA. humdrad.com, House of Musical Traditions, World Instruments. hubharp.com, Hubbard Harpsichords, Inc. violinguitarmaker.com, Whereas Instruments International, Violins and Guitars. brassinstrumentworkshop.com, Rich Eda's Brass Instrument Workshop. juststrings.com, juststrings.com. kawaiius.com, Kawaii. larkinthemorning.com, Lark in the Morning, World Instruments, Books, Recordings, Videos. martinguitar.com, Martin Guitar. masonhamlin.com, Mason and Hamlin. mcneelamusic.com, McNeela Music Instruments, Traditional Irish Instruments. monet.net, David G. Monet Corp., Trumpets. morleypianos.com, Robert Morley and Company, pianoforte and harpsichord makers. nam.com, National Association of Music Merchants. norapost.com, Nora Post, Incorporated, oboes, English horns. vandaking.com, Piano Showcase. pianodisc.com, Piano Disc. rebeats.com, Rebeats Vintage Drum Products. risharps.com, WM Rees, Harp Maker. rennerusa.com, Renner, USA. schimmel-piano.de, Schimmel. selmer.com, Selmer. jewishbazaar.com/bazaar/shofars.html, shofars. earlyflute.com, Simon Pollock, Early Flutes. antiquepiano-shop.com/online-museum/steck-george, George Steck. steinway.com, Steinway. gstevens-luthier.co.uk, George Stevens Early Stringed Instruments. vanzantviolins.com, David T. Van Zandt, Violin Maker. VintageDrum.com, Vintage Drum Center. VintageDrums.com, Vintage Drums. Waterphone.com, Waterphone website, Richard Waters, inventor. WichitaBand.com, Wichita Band Instrument Company. Wurlitzerbrück.com, Wurlitzerbrück. Yamaha.com, Yamaha. Yungchong.com, Yungchong Pianos. Musical instrument patent numbers and dates. Mugwumps.com/patents.htm, dating instruments using patent numbers. Biddingtons.com/content/patent chart.html, US patent dates and numbers, 1836 to 1990.